Hi, hello guys. Welcome to Python programming for kids and teens. Hope you guys are enjoying this series as usual. Right? Don't forget that you should learn and have fun and learn. All right. So last week we talked about for loops and while loops, right? How to use them. You can use them to loop over data point and all of that, right? So we are gonna look at something very cool today that we can use for loop, to accomplish, right? So and what we're gonna be looking at today is um search algorithms. All right. So search algorithms. So that's what we're gonna be looking at. So I'll try as much as possible to explain what search algorithms are and like what they use them for and how we can implement a simple version of search algorithm. We can't do a complex one because I don't want you guys to get confused, right? So with the definition here, a search algorithm is a piece of code used to retrieve data from database or a list, right? So just imagine that you have data somewhere and you want to get it. You use search algorithm to get it out, right? Or maybe like a list, like the list that we are trying to create. We have a list of elements and you want to search for a particular item in that list. We use search algorithm for that. So there are two types of search algorithm. We have linear search and we have the binary search. Okay, linear search and binary search. You don't have to memorize that, but just now. All right. So what are linear search algorithm? So linear search algorithm. So with this algorithm, so if you are looking for something like in a list, so we check, so we loop, so we use for loop to go through the list. We check each element, right, until we find the element that we are looking for. So this algorithm is very easy to implement, as you see, right? But it's not really fast, okay? But it's easy to implement. The next one is the binary search algorithm. Yeah, so this one is fast, but it's difficult to implement. So I won't show you guys how to implement this one, right? So that you don't get confused, right? So but this algorithm is used to search for elements in a sorted. So for you to use binary search, your list, for example, are like must be sorted, right, before you use it, right? So this algorithm is much faster than the linear search algorithm. Okay, again, I'm gonna show you guys how to use linear search algorithm, and then maybe later when you're much more interested in programming or you are older and you're able to understand the concept of binary search algorithm, you can go online and check it. And there are different kind of search algorithm, like a lot, right? So, but um, I don't want to get you guys confused, okay? So, so our focus today is linear search algorithm. So, but before I explain in the code how linear search algorithm works, right? So I just thought that maybe it's easier for you, like it would be easier for you guys if I use something that you know to explain how search linear search algorithm work. Okay. So this is a question: how do you search for a toy in a toy basket? Like look at this kid. No, she's trying to do the same thing. So how do you do that? So what are the steps? All right. So the first step is you take each toy out. Like just, yeah. So let's imagine that you have layers of toys, so like you don't know which one is under, or maybe like the toy basket is not even, the opening is not big. You can only fit your hand in it. You can't see what is inside, right? So the step is, first you take out one toy, right? So check if this is the toy you are looking for, right? Are you following? If it is a toy you are looking for, take the toy and stop searching. That easy. If it is not, you put it aside, just like this kid put it on side. Um, and yet then you take the next one. Then you until you find it. Then you just continue doing that. You take it out. Until you're able to find what you're looking for. All right. That's exactly how linear search algorithm works. All right. So you have list of elements. Like maybe say one, two, let's say three. So let's say like this is list, right? So and you want to search for three, right? So you use for loop. You first of all come here. So we check, is this equal to three that I'm looking for? No. Then you go to the next one. Is this equal to the three I'm looking for? No. Then you go to the next one. Is it equal to the yes? Then you take your data and then um you exit the loop. And remember, if you are doing loop, what do you use to exit the loop? Remember, it's break statement, right? Break. It's very difficult to write in here, but anyways. So before we go into the implementation, so the question that you ask is why do we even need such algorithm? Like we are just like looking into the data and just we're just fetching it. So what was the purpose? So I will show you guys some applications of search algorithm. So the first one, search algorithm is used in Google search, right? Anything that you search for online, right? Say how to do something, that data is stored somewhere. So like imagine that the data is a list, or like although it's not a list, it's much more complex than that, right? The data is stored somewhere, right? And when you type in something on Google will now go to that list and search that list with what you put in Google search, and it will go and fetch the information for you. So that is Google search, right? And it's used search algorithm. It's not like they don't use linear search algorithm. They use much more complex search algorithm, right? But the concept is still the same thing. You have data somewhere and you want to search something in that data, right? So Google search use that, right? If you want to be a software engineer and you want to work for Google, you need to really understand search algorithm a lot, right? Yeah, because Google is all about searching. Google's, yeah. So another one is search algorithm is used for searching database, right? E.g. login. So imagine, so when you want to log into your account, say maybe Roblox account. So why is it that when you type in your username and your password, it takes you to your own account, right? So that means there is a database, or let's assume that there's a list of users somewhere, right? So when you log in, right, then Roblox website or application will take your username and go and search their database and say, where is this person? Where is this person? Right? Because they want to fetch your data. They want to fetch your own data, not give you all the data of the Roblox users, which might be millions of users, right? So they use search algorithm to search the database for each person, right? And also search algorithm is used for use in Google Maps to search for best route, right? So if you are going to locations, so like you have different route possible, to take, right? And Google will use Google search, to kind of search, to know what is the traffic situation, is there any accident on the road, and all of that, right? To kind of suggest the best route for you, right? Again, the search algorithm that they use in here, it's a little bit more complex, but it's still the same idea. So then you see, Google are the one that make Google Maps to see. So they are into the business of search algorithms. So if you want to work for Google, you need to uh, know a little more about search algorithm. Okay. Another one, the search algorithms are also used in rocket engineering. Okay. And the last one is, I mean, there are other applications. I can't give you everything, right? I'm like, this is just examples, right? So, but the last example that I have is self-driving cars. So, let's assume that you have a self-driving car. So, like a self-driving car is a car that can drive itself. Like, it doesn't need any driver. So it knows where it's going. You know, it has some sensors to sense if people are on the road. If there is, if like it can sense the street light, if it's red, green, um or yellow, right? um so yeah, so the to search for the best part available, so they also use search algorithm. Okay, so these are some examples of search algorithm. So you see, um there is no way that you want to even do be in software development that you will not use search algorithm, because we deal with a lot of data all the time, like user data, right? So you need to uh know to be able to write some search algorithm to kind of sort through that data and locate what you are looking for. All right, so I think that's all I have for the slide. Yes, so now let's now go into coding um search algorithm, a simple version of search algorithm. Okay, so I believe this is lesson 10. Again, you can call this anything you want, but don't put space between the name. Don't forget. PY. Okay, so let's put comment. Um, okay, so this code shows how to use linear search algorithm. All right. Okay, so I want to give examples of um logging into your Roblox account. So they're gonna come up with something very simple, right? So let's say that we have a list of Roblox usernames, right? So Roblox uh, usernames, right? List of it. Um, you can call this variable anything you like, right? So and since like usernames are strings, right? They are words, they are not numbers. So string, we have double quote, right? So let's say user one, that's first user. I mean, like Roblox has millions of users, right? But we can't type it all, so that is just like an example. So user two, then you can type your own username here. So let's say we have another user called Ayo. So let's say we have another user called Imole. All right, I think five is enough. Okay, so the goal is, so let's assume that this is Roblox database, right? And you want to log into your account. So once you get to the Roblox website, they will ask you for your username, right? So let's assume that there's no password. I mean that there's password, but assume that there's no password. So they ask you for username, then they take that username to go and search their database. Let's assume, okay, let's assuming assuming this is Roblox database. Okay, so how do we do that? Okay, so comment. This is just for me to know what I'm doing. So the first thing is ask user to enter the username, right? So I'll create a variable to collect username from the user. So let's say the variable, call it username, you can call it anything, then the command input, right? Remember, then I will tell them message, say please kindly enter your username. So let me put dot so that it will apply appear nice on the command line, or I can even do this. Good, nice. So after, I don't like this space. So After that, then I will now use this username to search the database, right? Very easy. So search for the username in the Roblox database. Assuming this is Roblox database. So you remember the for loop. So I'll just say for user in. So for each of the user and Roblox username, right? Right. So for just like the toy box that I example of toy box. So for each toy that you take from your toy box, what do? You check if that is a toy you are looking for. Exactly the same thing. So I'll check if the username that the person gave me is the same as user, right? Then I will say, oh yeah, I found you. You can put any message here. Found your username. You are now logged in. See, it's then remember, because I don't want to search again, so I have to say break. So that means I found what I'm looking for, then boom, break. Okay, then um let's add another variable, because see now if I search through all the Roblox username and my username is not there, it won't print anything, right? But we want it to print anything, and we can't put else here. No, it won't work. So we have to go to this line, right? So but for us to do that, let's create another variable called uh logged in. So this variable we let us know if somebody is logged in or not, right? So we initialize it to 0. So that means by default the user is not logged in. All right, so once the user is logged in here, we set this to 1. Okay, so if we go through this for loop and we find user, this will be 1. But if we go through everything and we can't find the user, so that means this logged in will be 0. So then we'll say if logged in is equal to 0. So that means the person is not in the system. Let me copy this message. I don't want to type. So I'll say, oh, hey, your username is not registered on Roblox. Try again. Okay. So okay. So yeah, so this should work. So now let's try to run this code. So you see, please kindly enter your username. So let's assume I give it wrong username. Let's say I say Richard. You say, hey, your username is not registered on Roblox. Try again. Okay. Then I try again. Let's say I give it Imole. They say, yeah, I found your username. You are now logged in. Okay. So that is that. I mean, there's another way to actually do this, right? Because now I logged in as Imole, but I don't know the position where Imole is in my database. If you want to know the position that Imole is in your database, there's another way to do that, right? I'm thinking, should I teach you guys that? Yeah. So if you want to know the position where the data is in your database, there's a way to do that. So um, let me okay, yeah, I won't show that to you guys here because I don't want you to get to be confused. Okay, so yeah, okay, let me try to do it then. For user, so let me do it, but let me not use this one. So let me see. This is optional. Another implementation for linear search. Well, I'll say better. Okay, so let's say, so I'll just write it and I will explain what I'm doing, right? So I'll say range. Okay, so for user in range this, so if user is this, I'll say print find username, your login, and you are at, okay, let me just print the position, then the position is gonna be user. Okay, then I can just copy this. Again, this is optional. Okay, so then I can comment this for now. So let me try to run this. So with this one, it will tell me the position. So let's say I put in more, like the email should be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, because follow start from like at least start from 0, right? So let's say in model, see, you are now logged in, so your position is 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So let me explain. So I said for user in, so before this user is just giving me the name of the user, right? But now when I say len, so like this means length of my list. So this one itself will be 0, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5, right? So 5. Then when I say range of 5, so range means that give me a number, like give me 5 numbers starting from 0. So this range will give me 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So that means this user is going to give me 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means this user is not giving me the username but the position, right? So now when I have the position, for me to check if the username is the same, I'll just put the position in the list, right? And I check it. Then since I have access to the position, then I'll just print it out, right? This is a better implementation, but if you want to stick to this, that's still fine. Okay, so that's example and explanation of linear search algorithm. Again, if you want to know more about it, go and just search for search algorithm. Yeah, search algorithm. You can use Python or anything, right? So the quiz that we have for today should be easy, hopefully. So this is the quiz. So your job is to write a software for your school. Okay, so please listen very well to follow along. So your school has a record of good schools that are well behaved and get good grades. So let's assume that your school has a database of good kids, right? Let's assume that the database is a list. Okay, so now your job is to help your school to write a Python code that will let them know if a kid is among good kids, right? So the idea is, you have a database of good kids, then the program will ask. So okay, so the first thing that you have to do is come up with a list of good kids. I left this blank. You can write anything. You can put your name too. So then to come up with the list, so you remember it's gonna be something like this. Then you can put names in there, right? Double quotes separated with commas, right? So list of good kids, right? Then just like what I did here, right, ask for the user to enter the name of a student, right, and then now you use that the name of student with for loop to check if the kid is inside a good kids list. So if the kid is there, just say, oh yeah, the kid is in there. If the kid is not there, just say, oh yeah, no, this kid is not in there, right? And again, you can use this, or if you are up for the challenge, you can use this. That works. Okay, so that's what I have for you guys. Hopefully this is not difficult, and I hope this video is not long. All right, so guys, so please don't forget to code more, right? Don't wait till don't use just one day to code. You can always code anytime. That's how you learn how to code. Do things on your own. Do something that might be difficult, and if you have questions, just let me know and I will answer your question. And please don't forget, when you get to school, tell your friends, please tell your friends, tell your friend about this channel. Let them know what you're learning. You can just take a screenshot of what you've learned so far, and kind of tell them to come and join this channel so that they can also learn, right? Because we need more people, to join this channel, right? Thank you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.